the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Right now at 5, a historic day in Washington, D.C. President Donald Trump sworn into office for the second time. Today's inauguration ceremonies as the president's second administration begins.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Wendell Edwards, and we thank you for being here. Mimi is off tonight. A long day of celebrations are underway right now in our nation's capital, with millions around the country and globe watching. Today, President Donald Trump was sworn into office at the U.S. Capitol as our 47th president of the United States. Raquel Martin has more on this historic day.
Across the street here at the Capitol, President Trump promised to usher in a new era of American dominance and unity.
Here I am, the American people have spoken.
From twice impeached to now twice inaugurated.
The golden age of America begins right now.
Monday, President Donald Trump took an oath of office, becoming the 47th president of the United States.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
The peaceful transfer of power started at the White House and concluded in the Capitol Rotunda. Former presidents Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush attended the ceremony.
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
In his inaugural address, President Trump announced immediate plans to unleash American energy, deport millions of what he calls illegal criminal aliens, disband diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, and impose tariffs.
Today I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense.
President Trump's number 2, Vice President J.D. Vance, was also sworn in. Following the ceremony, the two men watched as Biden departed Washington, leaving behind nearly 50 years of service. President Trump supporters could be heard cheering from nearby the Capitol as the former president flew away. The president will finish his day with several celebrations, including 3 inaugural balls. For now in Washington, Raquel Martin, back to you.
Law enforcement officers from here in the state line were providing assistance with Inauguration Day today. Members of the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office traveled from Illinois to D.C. These officers provided security at the Capitol ceremonies. The Sheriff's Office wrote on Facebook, the member services, quote, was instrumental in making sure everything went smoothly, end quote. The local branch of the Republican Party held their own celebration in the state line today. The Winnebago County Republican Central Committee hosted a watch party for the inauguration at Mercy Health Sports Core 2 in Loves Park. Local area Republicans cheered as President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance were sworn into office. Committee Chairman Paul Huffman believes the new presidential administration will be a highly significant one.
I remember when President Reagan was elected after the Carter presidency, and I have the similar feeling today. And I think of the young people, young couples that have just entered the political process. This is a day that they will remember. Very significant election.
We'll have more from the County Republican Committee coming up in our show tonight at 6. Also tonight, we now know the name of a fatal hit-and-run victim as police continue to search for a suspect. The Winnebago County coroner says 32-year-old Martavion Howard was struck and killed by a car on the Auburn Street Bridge. This was Friday night around 8:30. The driver did not stay on the scene. We brought this to you as breaking news right here on Eyewitness News. Rockford police are continuing to investigate and have not announced any suspects. The coroner also identified 22-year-old Darian Bunnell as the victim of a shooting on Saturday night. That shooting took place on Javelin Drive. Rockford police have not announced any suspects in this case either. The state line is seeing some extremely cold, bitter air and even colder wind chills. Let's head back over to Chief Meteorologist Candace King for a look at what we can expect throughout tonight. Candace.
Yeah, you know, we've got some of the coldest air coming in, and we have had that here so far for today, and that'll carry over into tonight. And due to that cold going into tomorrow morning, some of the local schools have either canceled for tomorrow or are doing delays, so you're able to see that on mystateline.com just because of the cold that we've got. Now, our temperature is sitting in the single digits, but those wind chills anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees below zero. Now, a couple of things we've got going on. Cold weather advisory for all of us. This will extend through midnight tonight. For some at midnight, that cold weather advisory will switch to an extreme cold warning. That is for southern Wisconsin, as well as for Stevenson, Joe Daviess, and Carroll counties. That'll go through tomorrow. And then cold weather advisory continues for that lighter blue. So that includes us in Rockford, Boone County, McHenry County, Ogle, Lee, and DeKalb County. Bottom line, our wind chills going into tomorrow morning will range anywhere from 25 down to 30 degrees below zero. And you can see those numbers drop quickly here. This is 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, already approaching in some locations that 30 degree below zero mark. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, notice we've got a lot of those numbers coming in, and we look to stay at least 25 degrees below zero, even through about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll kind of break it down city by city, what we can expect going throughout the day tomorrow, and some snow chances too a little later.
Candace, thank you. And as Candace mentioned, some schools are already closing due to this bitter cold. You can find a list of those at the ticker at the bottom of your screen right now, or as she said too, on our website, mystateline.com. Rockford gas prices have climbed up in the past week. According to Gas Buddy, the average price per gallon in the city, $3.17, about 13 cents higher than last week. The national average is also up at $3.06. You can find most of the stations in our area and their prices on our website, mystateline.com. The Chicago Bears have made their decision for the team's next head coach. Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, there he is right there, will take the reins for the organization. He just helped lead Detroit to a 15-2 season. Scott will let us know more about this hire coming up a little later on in sports. Tonight, people are celebrating and honoring and remembering the life of the iconic civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., all across the state line today. When we return, the local festivities honoring Dr. King's message and legacy. And tonight at 6, today is the first day of National Passenger Safety Week. What you should know about keeping yourself safe while riding in a car.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday. It's a chance to remember and honor the work and legacy of the late civil rights leader. Here in the state line, plenty of organizations held events to honor his life. A fundraiser breakfast in honor of Dr. King was today in support of local area students. The King commemorative breakfast was held at the Eclipse Center in Beloit this morning. The theme of the event was Rise Up and featured equity advocate Tiffany Henry as the keynote speaker. Proceeds go towards organizations providing trips for local students to visit historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. One of the groups believes it is important for these students to see the world beyond the state line area.
We always talk about exposure. We would like to get our students out just to see that there is more out there than just Beloit, than just Wisconsin, and then excitement, building excitement around the college-going experience, and then the experience itself. We do so many other things rather than just visiting the college campuses. We do cultural experiences.
So Dr. King himself was a graduate of HBCU, a historically black college. He graduated from Morehouse University in Atlanta in 1948. Groups here in Rockford also celebrated Dr. King at the Nordloff Center early this morning. Rockford's Ministers Fellowship joined by city leadership and the Rockford Public Library for the MLK Community Celebration. The event serves as a space for community leaders and members to thank Dr. King for his message and his service and to remember what he fought for. Speakers included the mayor of Rockford, Mayor Tom McNamara, as well as Dr. Tarika Huntley with Rock Valley College. Dr. Huntley believes today is an opportunity to promote unity and positivity over negativity.
It's an opportunity for us to understand that we're all one. it provides the opportunity for our community just to see how great our youth are. Sometimes we hear so many bad things on the news, that are happening, but yet there isn't enough encouragement for those great things that are happening, and this is just a way to highlight that.
The event also featured multiple live musical performances, all in dedication to Dr. King. Now, those were just two of the many events happening across the state line remembering Dr. King. Coming up tonight at 9, we'll tell you how the Rockford Public Library, as well as the student group, honored the civil rights leader as well. As this bitter cold continues, several different advisories and warnings have or will be issued throughout the state line. Coming up after the break, Chief Meteorologist Candace King will explain it all to us in her full forecast. Next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, despite the sunshine we had earlier today, it did not do much to warm our temperatures. We stayed under 10 degrees this afternoon, and that chill is going to continue. Our temperatures will hold steady as long as we hang on to some cloud cover we have, but with that northwesterly breeze, notice our wind chill numbers anywhere from 5 all the way down to 20 degrees below zero, or at least close to that in some locations. Our weather watcher Mike in Forston underneath a mostly cloudy sky. Current temperature sits at 6 degrees currently. We've got a wind chill right now of 8 below. We've got some clearing that has been taking place intermixed with some of that cloud cover, and that is the trend that we'll continue to see. But with some of those clouds, we've also had a few scattered snow flurries as an upper level disturbance comes through. While this is not going to amount to much here for us tonight, don't be surprised if through midnight you continue to see some of that scattered flurry activity. And with temperatures as cold as they are, anything that does come down will stick right away. So might be some slick conditions. We may see that a little further to the south. But going through the night tonight, we'll hang on to some cloud cover. We do clear out. Our overnight low temperature will drop down to 9 below, but wind chills, when you factor in that west-northwesterly wind, will range anywhere from 25 down to 30 degrees below zero. It was cold this morning, but tomorrow morning will feel colder, just with a bit more of a breeze out there. 3, that's all we muster for tomorrow afternoon. Underneath a partly sunny sky, cloud cover does increase late in the day ahead of our next system that'll work through. So when we look at the times here, we're starting this at midnight, and this will run until 10 o'clock tomorrow. So as we're getting up, getting ready out the door, a lot of schools have actually closed or doing remote learning tomorrow because of the chills, but you can see Rockford, Freeport, Janesville, Rochelle, and then the surrounding communities around that. Wind chill factors likely won't change much, but notice kind of the heart of that cold really working in between about 4 or 5 o'clock and even lasting until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Wind chills could still range anywhere from 25 even down to 30 degrees below zero. So we're not going to see much of a warming trend through the afternoon tomorrow, and it may actually take some time until early afternoon that we actually get our air temperature above zero. High pressure, strong high pressure system working down east of the Rockies. We've got a little disturbance moving through the Midwest and the Great Lakes, responsible for that cloud cover we see out there. Notice by 9 o'clock, our temperatures are already dropping back below zero as we see some clearing take place. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, you've got 9 here below in Rockford, 8 below in Rochelle, 10 below currently in Freeport. And this is 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're now just getting 2-0, if not a little above that in a couple of spots. Winds will turn to the southwest. Cloud cover comes back in tomorrow night. Our wind picks up tomorrow night going into Wednesday, so it does get windy Wednesday. We've got another system that comes in, so this could give us some light snow during the morning and afternoon. Right now, this looks to be under an inch, but with temperatures in the 20s, again, anything that comes down will stick and it'll get slick out there for Wednesday. A couple of flurries may last into Thursday. We'll see temperatures back into the 20s, close to the low 30s on Saturday, but then it looks like we might see those temperatures drop again as we look towards the middle to end of next week. Thankfully not as cold, Wendell, is what we're dealing with right now.
It's still cold. Thank you very much, Candace. Scott's up next with sports. He'll tell us more about the Bears' hire for their new head coach.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The Bears apparently have their guy, their next head coach. According to ESPN and others, the Bears are finalizing a deal with Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. Johnson's been the Lions OC for the past 3 seasons. This season, the Lions were second in the league in total offense and first in scoring at 33.2 points per game. At age 38, he'll be slightly younger than Rams head coach Sean McVay, as the youngest head coach in the NFL. Johnson is said to be an admirer of Caleb Williams, and Williams' presence on the Bears is what made the Bears' job appealing to Johnson. Notre Dame and Ohio State are set to go at it tonight for college football's national championship. The Fighting Irish will be seeking their first championship since 1988. The Buckeyes' last one was in 2014. The biggest winner in college football tonight, other than the winner of that championship game, is NIU. I can't tell you how many times I've heard NIU mentioned today on national television and national radio programs because of the Huskies' September win against the Fighting Irish. We'll hear about them again tonight, how Notre Dame rebounded from that loss and how that loss might have actually helped Notre Dame focus better and drive them to become the team they've become. Those MLK hoops tournaments continue today in high school ball. South Beloit hosted Marengo at the South Beloit MLK event. We'll pick it up early, a little lay-in right there. Got Marengo off and running, but the Sobos come right back, knocking down a 3-ball from deep. And you know what? Ross Robertson can hit that shot too. Here he is, splashing that one in. How about another one? Yeah, he's got range all right. Sobos keep it coming to Big Ross, this time down on the low post. He gets the old school 3-point play. And one more time to Ross down low. Great spinning move there for the lay-in. He scored 32 points and South Beloit defeated Marengo by the final score of 63-44. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Last look at that bitter weather. We're under a cold weather advisory.
Yeah, most of us, or actually all of us, until midnight tonight. And then for some counties, that'll switch to an extreme cold warning. For the rest of those counties, it stays as a cold weather advisory. Don't get too hung up on that. It's just cold, and that dangerous cold. That's the bottom line of what you need to know. Now, we've got a couple of flurries out there this evening. Temperatures tonight will drop down to about 9 below, especially where we see our skies clear out. Wind chills early tomorrow, anywhere from 25 down to 30 below, especially with that west and northwesterly wind. 3 for tomorrow, 24 with some snow, this likely under an inch on Wednesday.
Thank you, Candace. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again at 6.